Alright, yo, what up, people? We're gonna finish this. So, we're just gonna finish the whole rest of this thing, and then we'll be done with chapter 12, part 1. And then I'll start this whenever. Might be a bit. And then I've already done this. So, after that, I do this and that. This is still... I might do this on my own. But I'll definitely record these two and this one. We'll see. I mean, I don't even know when this is gonna come out, you know? Because they're still working on it. At the time of recording this. Till November 19th. So, anyways. Let us continue with concealment. We do Acacia and... where's Ichel? Ichel, there you are. Well, I remember these are pretty easy. The only hard part is paying attention to the dialogue. And it seems... Let's see what else you have stashed in your little lair, Tatiana. It's been a few weeks since I've done this, so... I remember most of it, but... The pre-war strongholds must have a close connection. Oh, shit. Oh, hell! Oh, hell! That's crazy, bro. I don't... Shit. I didn't mean to left click. God damn it. Yeah, this shit easy. Oh, mama! I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm gonna just walk around you. Thankfully I can just dash through. I don't... I don't have to worry too much. Juked. If this was anywhere near realistic, I would not be getting away with crap. Where are you? Give me the coordinates, I'll come pick you up. Oh, missing already? Stop messing around, this serious Kwana faction is getting... Okay. Yeah, I totally read that. Who the heck is you? Female intelligence broker. The Bishop Millwood Ivanov. Thanks for killing him, Adjutant. Oh, right. She took us to like this underground market with intelligence brokers. I remember that. The intelligence brokers had it on the couch across from me, seemingly unconcerned with a thick layer of dust on the table between us. Fiddling with two white chess pieces, she slowly pulled out an old hourglass and placed it upside down on the table. Okay. Cool. 2 chess pieces, 2 hours. Ask anything you want and I'll tell you what I know. She changed her posture, clearly waiting for me to speak up first. However, I had no intention of playing along. In the presence of an unfamiliar individual in an unfamiliar place, I had no idea how many potential dangers loomed over me. Although I had so many burning questions, I wanted to get my answers while saying as little as possible. Adjutant? I thought Katya already made it clear to you what I wanted to know. Huh, I understand. You're cautious. But do you really have to go this far to avoid telling the truth? I'm just looking for answers, so you're up. The young woman narrowed her eyes nonchalantly, meeting my gaze. After some time, her tense shoulders suddenly relaxed. Alright. Hydrogen has somehow changed your body, causing you to feel things you can't understand, right? Then could you tell me when all this first started? You've been operating in Containment Zone Aleph for quite some time as the Heimdall Force's adjutant. You've never had a similar experience before. She was finally willing to play her part. As it was my turn to speak, I carefully mulled over what I wanted to say. No, never. The first time I had a reaction like this was probably... Oh yeah, with the Ichel. Eh? Restore its glory. When I touched Ichel, I had a hallucination. What happened after that? In a hallway in the mansion, that girl named Pavlina and that guy named Arseny. Shit, forgot about that. The porter from Quarana shot her right in front of my eyes. She turned to something I can't even explain. Did you touch that girl, Pavlina? No, she just kept struggling in front of me. Then she dissolved away. The next time was in the interrogation room in the bunker. When I held Orlova, I felt something but it wasn't as strong. Okay. The last time I was with Katya, we had direct contact multiple times, but it seemed like she could consciously control whether or not I could see that stuff. So you're saying all these instances took place after you left Containment Zone LF and came to Northwind Aerospace Center. I want you to think back the first time this happened. Are you sure it was when you touched Ichil Gustav? Or maybe I should say, if something was causing a change in your body, where did it start? Where did it start? The first time? Adjutant, wake up. Are you okay? Operation Breakpoint. Adjutant, was it that shot you were hit with? Half human, half Titan. That assassin. That assassin who attacked you used a device we'd never seen before when he was resisting arrest. It turned him into a human Titan hybrid. Who used... Wait, hold on. Is that true, Adjutant? Even if it was, what would that imply? Are you saying that the medical department at Yggdrasil did something to me when I was being treated? Maybe. I can't be sure. Aren't you curious about who sent that assassin and what kind of filth was on that bullet that shot you? Or was shot into you? Since you came here, someone had clearly performed the same exact trick in front of you once. Connect these memories and think about it. The Quarana reporters had turned Pavlina into a monster. That's right. So, Quarana soldiers created a situation in which Barensi Prebor's resistant soldiers would have to be executed by their own men if they were injured. The Quarana faction isn't protecting W. Oh, this is the spy. On the contrary, Quarana is being controlled by W using Titagen technology. The assassin who infiltrated Yggdrasil was sent by W. That shot changed something in my body. Interesting. Oh, yo, what up, Caroline? Director T, these are Life's treatment records for today. The medical logistics personnel were finally able to extract the remnants of the bullet from Life's body, but our research devices aren't able to deconstruct it. We can only suspect that this strange substance caused Wednesday's coma. Researchers say there's no certainty when she'll wake up. It could be tomorrow, or it could be... It's just Titagen that has been artificially spliced and recompiled. It's nothing out of the ordinary. He took the report from the intelligence officer, scanned it for a moment, then returned to it. Tell medical logistics they're on the wrong track. After this long, Life's body probably already absorbed most of the substance. Have them create a new 3-phase treatment plan. Understood, boss. W, you really won't stop at anything, will you? Boss? Using recompiled Titagen to infiltrate the human body, then fill in and modify genetic defects. Theoretically, it could completely eliminate Juvosis and allow the human body to evolve to a higher level. W was researching this field long before he betrayed Barensi Prebor and came to Yggdrasil as the director. Ichil Gustav was a former experimental subject of his. Boss, there's a call coming in from the military. From where? The Beowulf Battalion. It's Captain Lee Chuxia. Answer it. Hello, Director T. Command has decided to crack down on this situation. You can notify everyone you sent here that they can trust the military and cooperate with us. Captain Lee, can I ask one thing of you? If you find Vinny, get him out of Eurus. I can't guarantee it, but I'll try. If our intel is correct, the adjutant should be in the building in front of me. Interesting. No, wait, we're not done yet. Even if the bullet that hit adjutant contained the results of W's research, how does it explain the adjutant's ability to absorb Titagen? I should have died. Was this a price for my life? Yes, that's right. Even though repairing genetic defects and eliminating Juvosis sounds incredible, W still hasn't really succeeded. Inhalation, injections, bullets, blood transfusions, he conducted countless experiments on the Eurus people with supplies provided by Millwood at the Refugee Resettlement Committee. So far, the best results occur when the human body is kept in a symbiotic state with Titagen. Adjutant, you're likely in that state right now. To maintain this state,
The incredibly rare successful subjects have to constantly ingest hydrogen to guarantee their existence remains stable. It's extremely dangerous. Too much or too little can lead to death. That's why this stuff has become the most popular item in the entirety of Northwind Aerospace Center recently. W is using it to slowly gain control over everyone. The tree in the containment zone is like a tree of life for him. The foundation is his renewed strength, determination, and hunger for revenge. How do you know all this? It's not something an intelligence broker would know. How do I know all this? She suddenly laughed and then reached out to pick up the chess piece. She continually rubbed it with her long, slender fingers, staring at its smooth surface. Tell me, Adjutant, do you ever consider how this queen ended up with you? You're no ordinary intelligence broker. I'm the queen. I'm Millwood Ivanov's wife and prisoner. When he and W were working together, I acted as their advisor. Thank you for turning me into a widow. Queen married the bishop. There are quite a few stories there. Feel free to let your mind run wild. You said you were Millwood's prisoner, and you have shared so much information. And you have shared so much info. Oh yeah, I read that. Is it safe to assume you want to stop W too? Tell me, where is he? How do I find and stop him? You don't want to tell me, or you don't know. Your time's up, Adjutant. 2 hours. The time you bought with these pieces is already up. I'm an intelligence broker. We have rules. If you have more questions, you'll have to pay the price. And I have something else here that's waiting for you to buy it back. What's this? An armband from the Leviathan squad of the Yggdrasil Internal Affairs Department, sending spies to invade the military-occupied region of Eurus and utilize interception, kidnapping, assassination, torture, and other methods to undermine the stability of the area and exacerbate the local crisis. You should be aware that there is an absolute information blockade on Northwind Aerospace Center, cutting it off from the outside world. If someone connects what I just said with this armband, just tell me what you want to know. How to control flooding. Interesting. That was asked before. I can't remember who. Oh, well. Thank you, game. See, when I take breaks in between these things, I need like a little refresher. Glad it showed me. As long as you tell me in detail how to control flooding, I'll ensure your safe arrival in Eurus. You still want to be the queen. I've always been the queen. As soon as she finished speaking, the door opened. Several middle-aged individuals with unwelcoming faces walked in and stared at us without a word. What's all this? Are you trying to intimidate the adjutant? Looks like you have a deep misunderstanding of how the Heimdall force operates. Haru sprang up and stood in front of me, holding both her pistol and a dagger in her hands. She angrily scanned the intelligence brokers that had entered, but no one dared meet her gaze. I don't care what kind of queen you are. If you don't want to meet that scumbag Millwood in the afterlife, tell them all to get out. I observed each of their faces as Haru threatened them, realizing that the expressions were strange. Even the queen in front of me looked completely confused. Queen, Wait, Haru. Naruse Haru, put down your weapons. Captain Lee Chishia from the Beowulf Battalion stepped through the door as her voice sounded, followed by a small squad of fully armed soldiers. Queen Rosa Ivanov. We have reason to suspect you and your husband Millwood Ivanov are in violation of Item 5, 11, and 23 of Ordinance 3, Article 7 of the Eurus Military Occupied Zone. It seemed like Leichisha came prepared. I told her what happened in the canyon of the parish before, and this seemed like some sort of response. We must find out who was behind the mysterious message that lured us here. Take them all away. Yes, Captain. I didn't think the famous Heimdall adjutant would be one to act recklessly and get dragged around by other people. What a coincidence. I thought I wasn't either. Interesting. As Haru and I followed Leichisha out of the building and emerged once again into Black Ice Alley, we saw that the entire road was now under military control. This is a bit heavy-handed. The Voronov faction is attacking Duchess Orlova's bunker with all of their might. General Adrian gave our forces in the military-occupied zone special permission to send 4 battalions to Northwind Aerospace Center. They'll first attempt to gain control of everything outside Containment Zone 91. A military representative is currently getting ready to negotiate with Director T. We were unable to contact Orlova. Our intel says she left a bunker a long time ago. Our next step is to locate her. With the situation at Northwind Aerospace Center, she needs to take a certain amount of responsibility. What about the Quaranoff faction command in W? Shouldn't they be held responsible? Only those qualified to negotiate at the table will be invited to sit down and talk it out. There's only one thing to do who those aren't. Or to do to those who aren't. Fight. It's clear that you guys are most responsible for this. Why wait until now to take action? You're right. But the more responsibility you have, the tighter the shackles. And I didn't intend on following you from Oswell Steel Mill to Northwind Aerospace Center. So I suggest you all get out of this place as soon as possible. Stop interfering with the politics of Yaris on Yggdrasil's behalf. I didn't interfere with any politics here, Captain Lee. I came here to deal with the tree. We worked together before, you know full well that Heimdall only handles problems related to Titans. And did you figure out how to deal with it? I'm still working on it. Before I'd even realized it, we had reached the end of Black Ice Alley. The entrance to the bunker was up ahead. Leechisha stood still and gazed at me deeply. Leave here so you can take your time figuring it out, Adjutant. You can't fix the problem here. Leave with Naruse Haru. The rest of the Beowulf Battalion will resolve the situation here. You guys have no idea what you're up against. You don't know how crazy W is and what he's done. I can arrange transportation in a squad to escort you out to the Yggdrasil branch office at the Eris border. That's not where I need to go. My patience and what I can do both have limits, Adjutant. If you really want to help, bring your men back to the bunker with me. I need to recover one of my operatives and get a high-value target out of there. Absolutely not. My soldiers can't engage in combat with the Quaranoff faction without official orders. Then goodbye, Captain Lee. I hope your later negotiations go smoother than ours just did. She was an excellent soldier, and I can understand where she was coming from. But there can sometimes be too many barriers to get from mutual understanding to actual cooperation. It was an unavoidable yet regrettable fact. Adjutant, Katya's missing. She didn't come with us. I knew it. I thought she had been hiding from Leechisha and her soldiers, but she still hadn't shown up. That meant she was acting on her own again. Contact her and explain the situation. At this point, we could all use all the help we can get. And where's Tess? You still can't contact her? The bunker was already filled with the sound of shooting. As Haru shook her head silently, my heart sank even deeper. Come on, let's go find her. Just as I was attempting to comfort both Haru and myself, Jeez, I need water. Just as I was attempting to comfort both Haru and myself so we could better face this complex situation, an intense shaking suddenly began to spread from the end of the hallway to our feet. Adjutant, be careful, Jeez. My body shook with powerful tremors under my feet, causing me to lose my balance and fall to the ground. Haru rushed over to catch me, and an explosion flung her away. It's a penetrator bomb! Adjutant, run! The massive explosion almost rendered me deaf, and I fell to my knees in a gaze. I watched Haru open her mouth to say something as she attempted to run toward me. Next time I felt nothing but beneath my feet. I fell into the unknown along with the rubble and crumbling bricks. Tess, where are you? I have no idea. This bunker's like a maze. I don't see any enemies here. It's empty. Okay, well that's good. I must rescue Tess. She is one of my favorite characters. Okay. Alright, and bop. Okay, well, those guys are done. Oh, what the heck? This is bad. There are people at all entrances now. Adjutant, where did you run off to? Go for a log. Grab that. Listen up, these guys are genuine. Run away as fast as you can. If you encounter an enemy, don't get caught. Oh, hello. Alright, do that. Strong enemy. Ouch. Oh, frick. There we go. I resist Quaranoff. How is that Quaranoff action? They're changed. Haru Absconditus. Epic. They're one of the few characters I don't have. After the free stuff they gotten and saving stuff, All I'm missing left is... Who am I missing? Life Infinite Sight, Agave? I don't know how you pronounce her name. I said Agave. I'm missing the new Katya, the old Katya, so both Katyas. And one more. Who is it? I think I'm missing one more that I'm forgetting. Oh, wait, Haru. Wait, no, I counted her, didn't I? I guess I didn't know. Yeah, those are the 5 I'm missing. So I'm only 5 characters, honestly. Which is good, considering I only joined, like, when, Series Kasana was released. Trial Squad. Oh, jeez. Oh no, it's this thing. I fought this thing too many times. Well, now I know where it's from. Frickin' Nyol. I think that's how you pronounce its name. Alright, and we shoot arrow, hit its weak spot, aim for the eye. Yeah, I don't know where the eye is, but... Is this the eye? That looks like the eye. Haha. That was really easy. Oh, explosion without any sound effects. Woo. Oh, when did I get here? Well, thanks, Katya. It's kind of not as cool without sound effects, gonna be honest. Don't know if that's a bug or supposed to happen. Okay, Ridley. Alright. Yay, we're alive. What happened to Tess and Haru? Are they good? Okay, cool. Really awkward without any audio, but it is what it is. Alright, let's wrap up this chapter, see how it ends. Oh, there's Tess. You okay, girl? Adjutant! Thank goodness you're okay. I was so scared. When it collapsed, I thought you... Threw her arms around me in desperation, holding me tightly as her tears soaked in my chest. Hey, why are you crying? I'm okay, aren't I? Alright, everyone's watching. You should be thanking someone else for saving me anyways. Look, I looked over at Katya, who was unsurprisingly snickering. Even so, there was a thinly veiled exhaustion in her smile. No, keep going. Pretend I'm not even here. Katya Klein, thank you for saving the adjutant. Haru stepped forward, walked over to Katya, and reached out to her as she sat on the ground. I was just returning the favor. I owe him 2 lives, and that was one of them. I hope I can pay the other one back quickly so we're all even. She looked over at me, avoiding Haru's hand. Her blue eyes sparkled, putting me in somewhat of a trance. I said, thank you for saving the adjutant. He's going to tease you for your stubbornness, Naruse Haru. The adjutant isn't as innocent as he looks. Her words were cold, but Katya reached out to grab Haru's hand, allowing her to help her out. Miss Katya, the adjutant said that you guys talked and that you're willing to help us find Ichil and W. Since you just saved the adjutant again, sorry, I thought it was, it's not the fancy letter. We're pretty much squad mates now, heh. You guys are pretty funny. Huh? We almost died, but you didn't ask where we are, and you don't even care how dangerous it is. One is getting sentimental, and the other is blushing while she tries to make up with me. Did you guys forget that we still have to get Ichil back and handle W? Katya seemed quite relaxed now after mellowing out. The unruly energy present in her personality was even more apparent. If I remember correctly, this is W's territory. His territory? The heart of Northwind Aerospace Center, smack dab in the middle of Containment Zone 91, Suzdal Launch Base. The tree you need to take care of is here too, Finny. That old scumbag probably has no clue the henchman he sent after us would actually lead us right under his own lair. Interesting. In the depths of the cramped lab, the small girl sat inside some peculiar, convoluted experimental equipment. She squeezed her eyes shut, gritting her teeth as she tried to endure the unbearable pain. Oh, this is the continuation of that one flashback. Yes, that's it. I was right from the very beginning. You should thank me, W. If I hadn't kept those control parameters, if I hadn't refused to give up on them, would you have even come close to what you have today?
Well done. You've done excellent work here.
As long as you keep this place safe and prevent anyone from disturbing me and my equipment, I'll be able to give you one very soon. No, not one. I could give you several countless vessels to use. Achieving immortality is simply a narrow-minded desire. It is the spiritual instinctuality crying out trapped within the cage of flesh. Once this experiment is completed, our wish will be within our grasp. Within the boundary between Titan and human, there will be a new eternal existence. So-called evolution, or becoming a god, will no longer be out of reach. The future of mankind is in our hands. The fanatical doctor continued to murmur to himself, oblivious to the insidious expression on the other man's face. As the latter walked away, there was a chill in his footsteps. What is that symbol? Also, I know they're probably, like... Because pi is another one. So maybe they're supposed to represent, like, Greek letters. I don't know Greek letters, dog. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. So, I don't know what this is. I just don't. Here. You know what? I'll look it up. I'll look it up just for this. Okay, apparently W is Omega, and this is, Delta. Right? Yeah. So this is Delta. Okay, maybe I'll try to remember that this is Omega. I'll still call Director T, because, I mean, how can I not get used to that? But, looks like I should congratulate you in advance, Omega. You've created quite a bit of hope. Oh, frick, okay. Well, at least I don't need to know their names. I mean, I could reopen this. Who is this? This is an E Epsilon? Yeah, it's Epsilon, okay. I could have guessed that one. You look good, Omega, much better than when we saw you last. There's your bumbling sarcasm. You're getting more immature the longer you live. I'm glad to see you've regained some of your confidence. Who was that? That is not Theta. Okay. If you really are glad, don't make that face. Don't worry. Even if I'm successful, I won't steal any medical business from you. Okay, this is Pi. But you'd be stealing the battle idol's thunder, wouldn't you? A human-titan fusion. The Titan will allow it to cure genetic defects, eliminate geosis, and utilize its own flesh to evolve into a higher being. If we really get to that point, manifestations would lose all purpose. You're excited about that prospect, aren't you? Naturally. Would you all agree? Otherwise you wouldn't have supported me this long. For a long while we were blinded by our indulgence in tea and our obsession with the Heimdall Force. It caused us to cut ourselves off from the true path to evolution. That woman banished us, humiliated us, and nailed us to a pillar of shame, directing the ire of the entire world at us. But she isn't aware of the consequences of her behavior. She doesn't even know that it was her very betrayal that inspired us to find this new direction. Rejoice, friends. The day our long-held wish will be fulfilled is fast approaching. I will do everything in my power to establish a new eternal power. Just thinking about it makes me ecstatic. Yggdrasil will crumble in the face of our eternal life and power. And so will that woman's rotten, filthy, twisted corpse. Okay. Wait. I still don't get it. Are you saying that the Adjutant and Director T might have been tricked? If she's right, then it's not only a possibility, it's certain. Operation Breakpoint. Has Omega been planning this since then? Even worse, it's not just Omega. It would be hard for him to organize everything on his own. There isn't a single person on the former board who isn't involved in this. Even if they didn't actually plant any moles inside the company, they would have just needed to spread the word. Then knowing how cautious and trustful T is, she would have certainly been led to believe there were vestiges, I don't know, of the board within the company. Once you have that kind of power, you can never relax, especially if you are the one wielding that power. In that kind of situation, you are the only one she could trust. So Director T naturally chose to send the Adjutant instead of the security department to conduct Operation Breakpoint and weed out any enemies within the company. And, Omega's assassin made his move in the Yggdrasil headquarters building while the Adjutant was performing a mission. No matter if I ended up dead or alive, that action in itself must have made T even more suspicious of the company's internals. She doesn't handle this stuff well. Once that out enters her mind, she'll use the most brash means to handle it. If I had died, Heimdall wouldn't have had a leader, and she wouldn't have been able to find a suitable replacement on short notice. The Heimdall force would inevitably struggle to function. But trees were popping up all over the world back then. Nitrogen becoming a problem for all of humankind. You've seen how much intelligence somewhere like Black Ice Alley holds. There will always be people like Millwood willing to work with Omega to spread the news of your death. Yggdrasil's reputation and credibility would definitely take a hit. And even if I survived the assassination, Omega knew that she'd need to find someone to work for her as soon as possible. She would be worried about security within Yggdrasil, and she'd find a way to send me away while she ensured the company was safe. I know her, but the board knows her even better. In her eyes, how far does she need to go before she can ensure the company is safe? That's why she created Internal Affairs and Leviathan Squad. She even transferred me back here, ordering me to escort Ichil back to Eurus with you. Flashbang. You're not the only one who wants to understand everything that's happened recently. With you on the outside and me on the inside, we need to work together to find the truth. Unbelievable. Should have been upfront with me from the very beginning. That wouldn't work. If the bait knows that it's bait, when the fish prepares to bite, won't it try to escape or resist? If we think about it that way, one aspect stands out as being really suspicious, maybe even intentional. Ichil. It's like she fell right out of the sky and into our laps. Huh? What's wrong with Ichil? Nothing, it's just that the timing of her appearance was too much of a coincidence. As soon as the adjutant recovered from his injuries, he received intel and captured Ichil. Coincidentally, Dash Solo was struck a deal with Director T, and we needed someone to escort Ichil. The adjutant could use this mission as an excuse to leave headquarters without arousing suspicion. Tess, you've been active in the border region for a while. Do you really believe Ichil could be captured at any time? If it was really that easy, she would have fallen into someone else's hands a long time ago. That's why I've always been suspicious of Orlova. That Sly Fox's hands are just as dirty as Omega's. And I'm positive there's Tytogen inside her. Yeah, I kind of agree with that one. Here, I found this in her mansion. What's this? No idea, but it was hidden really well, so it's probably not a piece of junk. Let's go. I think I remember how this place is set up. And I need to get you guys out of here first, at the very least. We need to locate a clean quarantine room before I can think about our next steps. Clean quarantine room? Idiot, this place is chock full of highly concentrated Tytogen. Haven't you noticed that your operatives are gritting their teeth? I was startled by the change in her tone. With Katya's reminder, I suddenly realized that her intense expressions looked somewhat uncomfortable. However, what made me even more uneasy was the fact that my body was clearly weaker than my squad mates. So there really was highly concentrated Tytogen everywhere like Katya said. But why don't I feel anything? Oh? She suddenly looked at me with a fiery gaze, a golden light seemingly shone in her blue eyes. I remember that light. It was the same light that appeared in her eyes when she guided me in absorbing the fragmented Tytogen in the bunker. Interesting. In that case, you really might be able to take care of that tree. But now it's even more important that we get that girl back. Okay. And we got one last little thing here. File 2. Distant Revelation 2. Waiting for a pair of eyes to open again. Who the heck is you? Is that a military dude? They have somewhat similar outfits. Thought it was freaking Joseph at first. General, our meeting with Yggdrasil is about to begin. Are you sure you'd like to attend? I recommend that the meeting be limited to myself and a staff representative this time. If you were to attend, the Quaranoff faction atrocious actions might negatively affect you. General Adrian. Avoiding this won't solve the problem. Now that we've decided to deal with this, we need to do it properly. The issue at Northwind Aerospace Center requires aid from Yggdrasil. I need to understand their position and demands for myself. Yes, sir. Understood. General, Major, the military, or the communication has been set up and the other party has arrived. We can begin at any time. Remember, make concessions when you need to, and take responsibility when you should. But Eurus is a military-occupied region. We, not Yggdrasil, need to maintain dominance. Understood. That was the other guy. Understood. Director T, we are ready to begin. Please wait a moment. Sirius, take Marion with you to handle the mission that I just assigned to you. Necessary, utilize her family's cathode technologies intelligence network. They had no substantial connection to anyone on the former board. You should be able to depend on them for help. Understood. We'll find every last one of Omega's hiding places. Caroline, notify all Heimdall operatives to rendezvous here. Understood, boss. Put me through. Oh boy. What are you two still doing here? Where else would where else would we be? We've been here ever since, the adjutant went to Eurus. What's going on? Whatever it is, I don't care. I'm busy. I don't want to bother you guys either, but we're just missing you two. Boss is meeting with the military high-ups in her office to discuss the resolution of the issue at Northwind Aerospace Center. All operatives need to be present. Well, I did my job. It's up to you guys if you go or not. Before Caroline could finish speaking, the medical bay door flew open. A blonde lioness stood in the hallway, furious. Okay. The military? I haven't even settled my score with them, and now they're showing their faces first? The situation only got to this point because they've been sitting on their hands doing nothing. If the adjutant is so much as missing a hair on his head when he comes back, so help me! Benny, you're way too loud. Let's go. So you guys... Huh? What do you think we've been doing? Hiding out? Alright, now that everyone is here... Less than half a year after you were provided with the Saga technology, dangerous entities like the Quaranoff faction were out to get their hands on it and even modify it. It was even used to harm the Heimdall adjutant and operatives. Yggdrasil has reason to believe there are severe management issues within the military. You need to come up with an effective plan to win back our trust. If you can't ensure the safety of our Heimdall operatives, how can you expect us to enter Eurus and clean up the mess for you? Di Shenqing, please watch your tone. You want to talk about management issues. Speaking of internal mismanagement, shouldn't you still take responsibility for the heinous events that have taken place at Northwind Aerospace Center? Omega was a former director on your board. His misuse of the technology and information obtained from Yggdrasil led to the abnormal appearance of a tree in Containment Zone 91 and spread of Tytogen. And now, he's triggered an insurrection by the entire Quaranoff force that we garrisoned in the district. Should I believe you aren't the ones pulling the strings? Or why should I? Yeah. How dare you say that? I dare you to say that one more time. The meeting was already tense when Shishing pressured the military representative. Her opponent was seemingly determined to shift the responsibility onto Yggdrasil. But suddenly the opposite door swung open. Finney's defiant smirk and Acacia's signature sigh interrupted the standoff. Hey, you in the uniform. You like to slap the table, huh? In that case, is this a meeting or a court? Hey, slow down. You're still weak. Acacia grumbled behind Fenny, supporting a tall figure as she walked. Life, Bestla. With Acacia's support, the former battle idol champion walked in with a weak but determined stride. While everyone present couldn't help but stare at her in awe, her own gaze pierced through them to another space at another time. Waking at this time? Do you intend to save him, Odin? It's a pity, but all humans are destined to enter Valhalla. You can't save him or anyone else. I forgot about this girl. I haven't seen her in like months. Can't remember the last time she was in the story. I think it was with the which one? The one with Will. That one. And when I first met Katya. That was the last time we saw her. And I did that one like ages ago. Anyways. That tree will soon swallow Yarus whole. Without the adjutant, you can't do anything other than wait for death. So shut your mouth. Let the Heimdall Force tell you how to really solve this problem. Interesting. Okay, well that's that. And that is Ballad of Chaos all the way done. So, I will end this here. I don't know when I'll be recording Skyward Blaze, but we'll see. But that is all for me. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on notifications, and yeah, I will see you in the next one.